Greetings, Captain. I have been analyzing the Vex data you collected earlier, and...
It's weird.
Yes, it is super weird. If I were to posit an explanation, I would say that Nessus itself is undergoing rapid change on a molecular and geological level. I have been observing the Nessus Vex for centuries, and their current behavior is utterly unfamiliar to me.
I mean, the Vex are a techno-organic mesh of networked consciousness. Unbound by time, inevitable and patient and cruelly ambivalent, etc. What I'm saying is they're decisive. And this feels different. Like they're figuring things out. Something's happening on Nessus, and I'm not sure the Vex are behind it. And that terrifies me.
Nothing you can't handle, right, Captain? It's an exciting mystery, and I can't wait to figure it out together.
Osiris, do you remember when we knew?
Knew what?
That we were meant to be together. There was one moment, though it took us time to get to it. But our Hunter Vanguard, so smart, Tallulah, she knew before we did. All our little squabbles and bickering, she saw it first.
Well, I was obtuse, stubborn. I couldn't recognize my own emotions. Then Tallulah told me to be serious.
I remember. Oh yeah, she told me later. Was a good laugh.
I'm glad you found it so amusing.
Who could not look back and smile? And I remember your smile then. So knowing, so full of our future together.
What brought these memories on?
I think about others who will have those same moments now that they know they will have a future free from the Black Fleet. Now they have a chance to find love and be happy. Like us, we can look behind, but also forward. We cannot see what is coming, but we know it is good.
You're certain?
About us? Yes, since the beginning. Now and always.
I'm glad you've returned, Captain. I have been studying the data you gathered from Nessus, and I believe I have discovered a new way to help you, so I won't get abandoned again. By analyzing viable radiolaria samples from different sites across the planet, I can determine whether the aberrant behavior of the Vex is a regional phenomenon or something deeper. Of course, to guide you to the correct sites, I would need permission to temporarily promote myself to your commanding officer. Which I have just done, as my parameters include tacit approval.
Come on, Captain. Let me take the lead for a change. It'll be an adventure.
Failsafe briefed me about your progress on Nessus. She seems pleased that things are going so well. I'm concerned they're about to get worse. My Hidden have been studying the Valence, the aurora that spread from the Traveler after the Witness's defeat. I don't have all the answers yet, but we know the object that fell from the Valence emitted an unusual power signature. Unlike anything we've ever seen. We're operating under the assumption that the Nessus Vex took control of it. Their new behavior could be a result of interfacing with an unknown variable. I believe they're unpredictable, because they don't yet know how to command this power. But I think they're learning. Give Failsafe all the support she needs. She may be a bit unpredictable herself, but she's our best source of intel on the Vex. We can't afford to be reactive. Stay alert.
Captain, I've checked your messages for you. There are none.
I know how that feels.
So, I wrote you one myself. Dear current living captain, After the Cabal dropped a tank on Nessus, and you ignored me the whole time, I thought we had beef.
Let's just say it's a good thing my armory exploded when I crashed here.
But now you're back, and we're partners again. So I forgive you. Please don't leave.
Our research has been the most eventful and fulfilling time I've had in centuries of silent abandonment. It's good to be part of a team again.
And Captain, remember, you're part of the team too.
I know what it's like to have to be the strong, silent type. Through no choice of my own. Anyway, if you ever want to chat with someone who is a good listener...
I'm a good listener.
And I have a lot of free time. Don't be a stranger.
Research complete, Captain. Extensive analysis of the constellation fragment you collected has deciphered a VEX protocol for data compression and...
Basically, you retain more of that data crammed in your pockets. You know, if you explode.
Your next research task will be available between 3 and 720 hours from now. Greetings, Captain. Ikora has requested that I accelerate my studies of the Nessus VEX, so I am overclocking my internals to...
Captain, I'm gonna disengage my socialization filter, if that's okay. Maintaining this uplink takes a lot of power. Yeah, this is better. I'm running those scans Ikora wanted, and I've got some ideas about new sample sites down on Nessus. And hey, I want you to know, I'm glad to be a part of the team again. Working with you and the Vanguard, the whole deal, it's nice. I like to be useful to people. It gives me a reason to, it's part of my programming. So even if I don't sound excited, know that I am. I am way into it. Anyway, ready when you are. No, filter's not re-engaging. Let's just get going.
Saint, come in. Damn it all. Guardian, I've been unable to get through to Saint. The Vex must be jamming the frequency.
Saint Unit, please respond.
There's no interference. His comms are open, he's just not answering.
That is not like him at all. Something's wrong.
One moment. I have triangulated the last known coordinates of the Saint Unit. He touched down not far from the Nessus Object Impact Site.
The impact site. Guardian, you know that area. Go back to Nessus and follow his path. Please. Saint can stand against any Vex. But I fear there may be something more sinister at work here.
Sharing coordinates. Ready when you are, Captain.
Thank you for looking into this, Guardian. It's unlike Saint to go AWOL. I left Osiris in the helm, against his objections. Nessus is undergoing a rapid metamorphosis. And until we understand the nature of its evolution, I'm not risking any lightless personnel. Guardian, I'm concerned. Saint is one of the Vex's oldest enemies. They hold him in esteem, if that makes sense. If they capture him, it won't be to kill him. It'll go deeper than that. Let's hope it's nothing. I'll be your eye in the sky for this op, and failsafe will be tech on the ground. Good luck.
These are the Saint Unit's last known coordinates. He was headed directly into the Well of Flame.
The radiolaria has been drained from this basin, but there's no evidence of a fight. Did the Vex just let him pass?
The Saint Unit may have entered peacefully, but it appears the Captain will meet violent resistance.
Oh, I love this part.
Guardian, the Vex are peeling back, retreating under suppressing fire. Those are infantry tactics we normally see from the Cabal or Fallen.
Or Guardians.
Something in their strategic doctrine must have changed. We need to get to Saint right away.
comms.
But if I am not the real Saint, then who am I?
Saint, come in. Where are you?
Just an error, compounding into the future.
The Saint unit cannot hear us. He appears to be engaged with a local signal.
A local signal? This is bringing back bad memories of Lakshmi 2 and the Endless Night. I pray to the Traveler I'm wrong.
Diverging from the true path, corrupting our timeline.
Saint unit's transmission is originating from behind that barrier.
Get us in there, failsafe. Whatever it takes.
I can bypass security with the data we collected from across Nessus. But the Vex will be absolutely homicidal about it. Please keep them back while I work.
Vex from earlier. This must be their final fallback position. Break through, Guardian.
Indispensable.
I was never meant to be here. This reality belongs to the real Saint. The real Saint is dead. I am only his imitation.
Saint, can you hear me?
I am not a person. Just a copy of a copy of a copy.
Who's he talking to?
A new golden age is coming. Free from falsities. Like me.
Come on, big guy. Snap out of it. Osiris is waiting.
Osiris. Osiris! Ikora, Guardian.
I've got you, Saint. Don't worry. Thank you, Guardian.
Saint, what did they do to you?
I don't know. A voice spoke to me on Nessus. I could not deny its commands. It was not like any Vex I have seen. It connected to my mind and called itself the Conductor.
Exo and Vex do share radiolaria as a base material.
Maybe they were interfacing for intel on our operation.
They cared not of our plans. They measured my humanity, my legitimacy.
What do you mean?
They said, "We are a lie, Osiris. The real Saint 14 was not meant to live. You love a forgery."
Saint,
My existence is in error. You chose me because your saint is dead.
preposterous.
Almost like a simulation.
No. You're the man I knew before. To the serial number. In the corridors of time, I only peered into timelines that mirrored our own. I didn't want to pull you away from a happy life, or change you. I wanted to rescue you.
See, you're as close as mathematically possible.
Yeah.
Saint, this doesn't change anything. It's a tactic.
You feel real to me.
We know you. And you know us. You're right where you belong.
But this feeling, this displacement, it rings in my head. That voice, I hear it still. I would like to be alone. Alone, please. For now.
Yes.
I know it's useless to tell you not to worry. But try. I'll look into this.
Hey, Captain. Is Saint Unit okay? It sounded like that voice. He called it the conductor? Said some stuff that really got to him. I never thought I'd see him shaken up like that. He's always so strong. I figured if something bothered him, he'd just laugh it off.
But I'm sure he'll be fine. He's surrounded by people who care about him. You, Osiris, Ikora, and the whole Vanguard. No one can stay sad when they're surrounded by that much support.
I assume.
I'll continue processing all the samples you've extracted from Nessus. Now that the conductor has harmed Saint Unit, I have disabled my compassion protocols. We will locate it, and we will make it pay!
I read your theories about Nessus. I share your concerns.
It is changing rapidly. More so than when the Vex first assimilated it. If Red War records can be trusted. It's not limited to Nessus, either. The data and the radiolaria we've collected is mutating. Not a past iteration sweeping over the present Vex. As if they'd always been that way. They are now adapting in real time.
It has to be the impact anomaly. Geppetto managed to map the radiolaria flows while Saint was down there. They're swirling around the impact site for miles below the surface. It's causing disturbances in the planet's EM field, Osiris. The Vex are doing something big.
A test. One that will cost them greatly.
Is he... Do you need anything?
I appreciate your support, but let us focus on this. Saint spoke of a singular voice directing him, a conductor, not a collective. Subterfuge and manipulation are not how the Vex operate. They are cunning, but blunt in their confidence.
You think this test belies a deeper truth?
They coalesce around the impact site, around one point. Something has changed. More than the Vex themselves. What if they found a new leader?
That was my fear as well. I doubt their motives are benign.
Yes. And we will meet them in kind.
The witness is dead. There was no predicting what would come next. But this is what we know. When the witness fell, the Black Fleet's eons of salvation and death surged. Its darkness merged with the Traveler's light, formed first into memory, and then into shape. This impossible object, this echo of the fleet's victims, holds immense power. And it was left for anyone to find. The echo grants the ability to compel, to control, to command. And with it, the conductor has the potential to turn their threat into our annihilation. Genocide. Thousands of civilizations across the universe, all visited by the Black Fleet. All lost to the violence of the final shape. That's where this echo comes from. At least, that's our theory. Reports from the Pale Heart. Readings on the valence emanating from the Traveler. Everything we faced when we stared down the witness and broke its fleet. At first, we didn't know what to call them, but echoes seemed apt. Memories from the victims of the pyramids, held by the darkness. Then coalesced by the light, into artifacts as sharp and fatal as their pain. If darkness is memory, and light is form, what else could they be? But there's still so much we don't know. Is this the only one? What forgotten people gave form to this echo? What was their final cry at their end? For control? A means to turn back their oppressors? My Hidden will keep searching for whatever answers the Witness's death can give us. Hopefully, they number more than the questions it left behind. But we need to stop the Conductor and secure the Echo. Guardian, descend into Nessus. Massive amounts of radiolaria have been diverted beneath the planet's crust. We need to find out what the Vex are building there.
Guardian, I hear that you are hard at work on Nessus, following the Echo and the Conductor. I know you do this in part for me, but I do not know if I am worthy trouble. I was pulled through Nessus like a toy on a string. The Conductor's words still echo in my mind. A copy of a copy of a copy. Osiris pushed through time to find his Saint 14. He said he was careful, but he reached blindly, and he pulled out only me. And now, I live a life that does not belong to me. I am something left over from a broken timeline. A remainder. The Conductor whispered I should be thrown away. A solution as simple as correcting an error. And maybe that would... I do not know what to think anymore.
You're only doing this to hurt yourself, and I will not be a part of it.
Osiris, answer the question. I need to know.
It doesn't matter. Not like this.
It matters to me. Please. How did I first tell you that I loved you?
Saint! You had asked me for something, some tactical report. I gave it to you, and you thanked me, and you said that you loved me. You said it as if you had already said it 1,000 times before. I was not ready to say it in return, but it was not long until I was.
That is not... I do not remember it this way. That is not what happened in my simulation. We were together in the tower, overlooking the city, talking about something small. And I said what I felt in that moment. And my Osiris did not hesitate to say the same.
You're Osiris? Saint, you love me. It doesn't matter how it or where that began, not in such fine detail. Saint!
Greetings, Captain. Ikora briefed me on the Echo of Command. And while we AIs are constantly given commands we cannot refuse,
I understand your problem conceptually.
I have completed processing the various radiolaria samples you retrieved from Nessus. They contain no traces of abnormalities.
Which is a huge disappointment.
I was about to euthanize the samples when I realized we could mix nanomachines into the radiolaria and reintroduce it to the planet.
The nanomachines will get torn apart, but at least we can track them for a while. Maybe that'll help us figure out what's going on.
Tell me when you are prepared, and I will have no choice but to assist you.
Kidding. I'd help anyway.
Guardian, there's something I should discuss with you. Something I'm reluctant to suggest to Saint and Osiris. I think you'll see why. Failsafe believes she could open a portal straight to the Conductor. She says she could extrapolate the coordinates by combining the new Vex data you've been collecting with her years of observations of the Nessus Vex. But she would need to compare it against control data gathered from Vex isolated from the Nessus network. She'd need an enormous amount of data, centuries of it, captured with perfect clarity, and preserved by the Vex themselves. Our options are limited and dangerous. There is only one accessible database with that kind of fidelity. The mind of Saint 14, the deceased Saint 14, who is still laid to rest in the Infinite Forest. Our future may depend on Saint. Again.
Guardian, since you found me, I have only doubted who I was once. When Mithrax recounted how his people, their children, feared me, it shook me. Osiris says that I am Saint 14. My hands raised the wall. I walked with the Pilgrim Guard. How can I be a shadow of the saint who truly walked the city when I remember the smells of the streets and the faces that smile? I met you on Mercury as I speak to you now. We fought together. I shattered the Vex for centuries, but I lived where he died. Because we showed the Vex that our fate could not be calculated. Even in simulation, we surprised them, you and I. That is true. The conductor claims I am a man out of time, an approximation of reality. Was I not this already? Hard metal and brittle memory, spark and code 14 times over. Only my heart carried through. I know what it means to find myself again. But the conductor claims had Osiris not created the sundial, had I remained forgotten, Sagira would live still. How could these things be connected? If it is true, I will not take my love from him as well, for it is strong, and he will need it. You would not be afraid. You would know what to do. I am still trying, but I will find myself again.
Hello again, Captain. We have an interesting metaphysical task ahead of us today. As I understand it, years ago, Osiris rescued the Saint unit we are familiar with from a Vex simulation. In doing so, he created a paradox. The Saint unit is alive with us now, but simultaneously dead within the Vex network. The databanks of that deceased Saint unit are filled with information. Information I believe I can use to locate the conductor.
The thing is, Saint Unit will have to download the memories of his other self. Experience years of suffering. His own death. It'll be kind of awful. And he hasn't really been in a good place lately. You know?
But the conductor must be confronted. I'm sure Saint Unit will understand.
Won't he?
Guardian, Osiris, Ikora and I have made a plan. We can use what we know about the Veil and the Vexnet.
The Veil? Why would you need to...
We will go to my tomb, in the timeline where I died fighting the Vex. My true death.
when you were taken from me?
Yes. I can use the memories of that Saint 14. My memories.
I remember when the Vex killed my crew. Those memories will haunt me forever.
Failsafe?
I mean, it's not so bad. Except for the horrors.
Yes. Everything I learned, everything I did. I fought the Vex for many, many years.
I remember.
Ikora thinks we can use the data to find this conductor and secure the Echo.
No. I won't. We can find another way. Failsafe.
It must be done. So I will do it. Ikora told me I was once the Vex's greatest opponent. She said I should remind them.
I need to think. This can't be the only path left to us.
The Saint unit has already made up his mind.
He needs you right now? You know he can't do it without you, right?
Nessus reshapes itself around this Vex fluid. Soon, we will hardly recognize it. The Infinite Forest was on Mercury. How do we reach it from here?
The access here is somewhat like an archive, imprinted into the magnetic field of Nessus.
The Vex used Nessus for defunct digital storage. They kept trying to plug me into it. And wow, is exposing me to their connection protocols going to backfire? They should have predicted that.
What did you mean about the data here being defunct?
The Guardian pulled you from a point before your death to a point after it. To the Vex, that temporal event is a defunct anomaly now, non-existent within this timeline. So it is kept here, stored in Nessus's memory.
The details that separate him and I, if they fade away, will I be his shadow? Or will he be mine?
I can't answer that for you. You're you? Were you less you before today? I tore open time for you.
I suppose.
They will react to our attempt to breach the tomb.
Yes, they're doing that now. This is exactly as complex as I anticipated. I'm almost in. I'm in.
Now to learn of the man I was, and will be. Osiris, why did they keep my body?
Respect. They honor you with a perfect preservation. There's no replacing you, Saint. Even the Vex recognize that.
The Vex are very meticulous.
But also weirdly sentimental.
There.
Wait. When I searched for you in the Infinite Forest, I saw this again and again. You, entombed, taken away from me, perhaps forever. When finally I found you, I thought I would never have to see it again.
I am here, Osiris. You told me that I am real.
So is he. Do it. Remember the Vex. But also how much I loved you in that timeline, too. Zane!
I see it. I tear through the Vex. They cannot stand against me. They hesitate. They are afraid of me. Oh. Then Geppetto is hurt. I try to protect her, but I am too late. I pull a Minotaur apart with my bare hands. But soon, I fall. The Vex approach. They are lifting me up. I lose my senses. I cannot feel my body. My vision blinks in and out.
Stop. Please.
I am on this slab, but I have one final feeling. A memory of us. Together. I am bringing you tea. I watch you take a sip. It is too hot, but you smile. That is my last thought. My phoenix. I am gone. But no! Here I am! With both of you. I am Saint 14! The conductor cannot hide from me anymore. Failsafe!
I have the coordinates, Saint Unit.
Good luck.
Saint Unit, Captain, I have achieved coordinate lock. I'm rerouting the conductor's radiolaria flow to this location.
So, hey, while redirecting the conductor to you, they were real in there. I pulled some other Vex along, and you're surrounded. Maybe we can reason with them?
Yes, Guardian. Reason them with the big guns. I will protect Osiris until the way is clear.
See? You're the same old saint.
Captain, I am patching in cover. Eyes up.
cut our connection, you have a clear path to the conductor.
Excellent work, fail-safe. Now it is us telling them what to do.
The conductor's signal approaches. Nessus groans under the yoke of its new cultivator.
Let us see if they can produce answers or only questions. Me?
Is a facsimile its archetype? No. I am Maya Sandrash. But we have already met.
Sundarish. So this is what happened to you after Neomuna. After your experiments with the Veil.
I know what you can do with the Echo of Command. I will not allow you to raise an army of Vex.
I'm doing what I've been called to do.
The Vex called to you.
Humanity called to me. The collapse, the Black Fleet is finished. Now we can look back to what we've lost. Radiolaria is the means to this end. It represents the smallest unit of consciousness. A trillion formless minds, notes in a symphony of thought. Each one begging for direction, for a conductor. Nessus will be converted. The radiolaria I command will be spread throughout the system. I will deliver us a golden age. And if you stand in the way of progress, I will break you down into more compliant elements.
We are not your Vex.
You will be.
Get us out of here, now!